Namaste. Welcome to Smriti. Today we have with us Dr. C.L. Prabhakar Garu, Kalyam Prabhakar Garu. He's been doing a series of talks in the Veda channel in Smriti. He is enlightening many of us on what Vedas mean, the core essence of it. And subsequently, he has also done several suktams, Agni Suktam, and some of the Atharva Shirshams, Upanishads, were also covered. And today we are embarking on the Divine Mother. The Navaratri season is very close by, so we thought this would be so helpful for many of us to know the depth of Devi Durga Mata. Welcome, Prabhakar Garu, such an honor. Tell us a lot more about Goddess Durga and the Suktam. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Ma. Because of the Smriti, where memory, the knowledge of memory that has been flowing down right from the times immemorial, is being recorded in our website, and there's a spider web, so that strings are very important so that the entire web will move. So all these lectures and discussions and discourses which you are putting into that web, it is something like spider. And it will be very alert, but resting. And whenever you talk about a topic, then a string will vibrate and the entire system will be vibrating. And this time you have just given me opportunity to speak on Durga Parameswari, Adishakti Swarupini. And Adishakti is the primordial energy and who is governing any and everything in the universe, and she only has to manifest herself in various forms depending upon the context, situation, requirement, that the administration and also peace and upholding dharma and trying to destroy or subdue those evil forces which are detrimental for the prosperity of dharma, etc. Goddess is very careful, Adishakti, Parashakti, but the names are only different talking about the different functions. So we say Lalita Parabhattarika, Lalita Parameswari is ultimate, and she only tries to take different manifestations, and that Adishakti Swarupini is Lalita because she is Shiva Shakti Eka Swarupini. The combined resultant energy of Shiva Shakti and herself, Shakti herself. So that Lalita appears to be in the form of Durga. But we get about the Durga Parameswari in the Durga Saptasati, which is 13 chapters found in the Markandeya Puranam. And that Markandeya Maharshi has written that Puranam, and he is a staunch devotee, upasaka of Durga Parameswari and also Parameswara. So Markandeya had only 16 years of life, but he became Chiranjeevi because of the grace of Shiva. And he has also great admiration for Durga Parameswari. And so that Durga Sukta, today we are going to talk about Durga Suktam. Not much about Durga Parameswari because her mythology, her function, her activity and all that is a big voluminous thing. We can't understand completely what is the Tattvam of Durga Parameswari, but still we have some sources where from we can understand who is this Durga and what form is she, why she has come into existence, what she has done, and how useful she is to the people from for generations together, not at one generation. So because Durga is said to be Arti Nashini, Durga Arti Nashini. And just to talk about for a while on Durga Parameswari's genesis or origin, why there was necessity for Durga to appear. See, on the cliff of a mountain, Tejo Rasi appeared, floodlight. And slowly that Tejo Rasi Sarvadeva Samudbhavam, that Tejo Rasi emanated from all gods, from Shiva also, stood on the peak of the mountain. Then it took, that Tejo Rasi took a female form. So beautiful. So because she has come into existence to undertake good for the gods, so all gods empowered her and given her name as Durga, means unassailable. She cannot be defeated by anybody. And she is always protective, assertive, and determinant. So all those pure, strong qualities are embodied in Shakti Swarupini, Durga Parameswari. And we can get more information about her in Durga Saptasati in 3 Charitas, where she was in the form of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati to kill the demons. And she told all gods, no, I don't want your help. I have got my own army. Shakti Kuta is there. I got my own army. I'll go and fight all the demons and so. So Mahishasura, Sumbhanishambha, and all these Rakshasas are there, who were put out by Durga Parameswari. But in Veda also we have got reference to Durga, Rigveda, Yajurveda, and all that. And Parameswari speaking is less. But everybody tries to praise, and she listens to our prayers and she acts upon us. And Durga Parameswari is taken as the executive head. She is work inspector. She is on the spot, and she is a spot decision maker. And she has so much of command over so many things. The moment she looks or shows gestures, so much of power will cut into that. That's why she is a very embodiment of power, and all that power is said to be the
Upanishads were also covered. And today we are embarking on the Divine Mother. The Navaratri season is very close by. Prabhakar Garu, such an honor. We are very blessed to have you here. And please tell us a lot more about Goddess Durga and the Suktam particularly today. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Ma. Because of the Smriti, where memory, the knowledge of memory that has been flowing down right from the times immemorial, is being recorded in your website, and there's a spider web, so that strings are very important so that the entire web will move. So all these lectures and discussions and discourses which you are putting into that web, it is something like spider, and it will be very alert but resting. And whenever you talk about a topic, then a string will vibrate, and the entire system will be vibrating. And this time you have just given me opportunity to speak on Durga Parameswari, Adishakti Swarupini. And Adishakti is the primordial energy, and who is governing any and everything in the universe. And she only has to manifest herself in various forms, depending upon the context, situation, requirement, that the administration and also peace and upholding dharma and trying to destroy or subdue those evil forces which are detrimental for the prosperity of dharma, etc. God is very careful, Adishakti, Parashakti, but the names are only different, talking about the different functions. So we say Lalita Parabhattarika, Lalita Parameswari is ultimate. And she only tries to take different manifestations. And that Adishakti Swarupini is Lalita because she is Shiva Shakti Eka Swarupini. The combined resultant energy of Shiva Shakti and herself, Shakti herself. So that Lalita appears to be in the form of Durga. But we get about the Durga Parameswari in the Durga Saptasati, which is 13 chapters found in the Markandeya Puranam. And that Markandeya Maharshi has written that Puranam, and he is a staunch devotee, Upasaka of Durga Parameswari and also Parameswara. So Markandeya had only 16 years of life, but he became Chiranjeevi because of the grace of Shiva. And he has also great admiration for Durga Parameswari. And so that Durga Sukta, today we are going to talk about Durga Sukta, not much about Durga Parameswari, because her mythology, her function, her activity, and all that is a big voluminous thing. We can't understand completely what is the tattvam of Durga Parameswari, but still we have some sources where from we can understand who is this Durga and what form is she, why she has come into existence, what she has done, and how useful she is to the people. From for generations together, not at one generation. So because Durga is said to be Arti Nashini, Durga Arti Nashini. And just to talk about for a while on Durga Parameswari's genesis or origin, why there was necessity for Durga to appear. See, on the cliff of a mountain, Tejo Rasi appeared, floodlight. And slowly that Tejo Rasi, Sarvadeva Samudbhavam, that Tejo Rasi emanated from all gods, from Shiva also, stood on the peak of the mountain. Then it took, that Tejo Rasi took a female form. So beautiful. So because she has come into existence to undertake good for the gods, so all gods empowered her and given her name as Durga, means unassailable. She cannot be defeated by anybody. And she is always protective, assertive, and determinant. So all those pure, strong qualities are embodied in Shakti Swarupini, Durga Parameswari. And we can get more information about her in Durga Saptasati in 3 Charitas, where she was in the form of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati to kill the demons. And she told all gods, no, I don't want your help. I have got my own army. Shakti Kuta is there. I got my own army. I'll go and fight all the demons and so. So Mahishasura, Sumbhanisumba, and all these Rakshasas are there who were put out by Durga Parameswari. But in Veda also we have got reference to Durga, Rigveda, Yajurveda, and all that. And Parameswari speaking is less. And but everybody tries to praise, and she listens to our prayers and she acts upon us. And Durga Parameswari is taken as the executive head. She is work inspector. She is on the spot and she is a spot decision maker. And she has so much of command over so many things. The moment she looks or shows gestures, so much of power will cut into that. That's why she is a very embodiment of power. And all that power is said to be the Agni only. See, Agni is the great power, force. And so she is said to be Agni Sambhava. She is simply fire, force. And that is the greatness of Durga. And whatever, she is Arti Nasini, basically. Whatever kind of Arti we have got, because when people are born, they have so many karmas, a good load of them, good, bad, and different. But bad is more, different is more than good. So only we require some divine intervention see that our life upon the earth, whatever it is, runs smooth, and we'll be able to cross over the hurdles and reach the goal. What is the goal? Vaishnavi Loka. A Loka, there is a moksha where there is a lot of Vishnu Shakti, Vishnu power and happiness. So this Bhuloka is never permanent to anybody. They're all only visitors. That we should remember, and then make prayer to Goddess Durga, some such divine energy. And Durga is the immediate goddess because it is said, Arshavakya, Kalau Durga Vinayakau, who are the prime gods whom we have got to look for, approach and make prayers. It is Durga and Vinayaka. There is mother and son. So mother and son both put together or separately, they will guard, protect and see that all adharma is quelled down and dharma alone is being established. Therefore, whether you make prayer to Durga or Vinayaka, it is as good as same. And behind that Durga Parameswari, there is the force of Agni, because she is born out of Agni, Agni Sambhava. And whatever features and greatness is there for Agni or fire god, all that are there in Agni. And moreover, as you have seen, all goddesses are very close to Agni. So we make prayer to Agni, that if at all we want to have the grace and blessings of goddesses. And so Agni is the nearest person to us and also to the Devis and Devas. So here also in Durga Durga Suktam, in Sri Suktam, in Saraswati Suktam, there are so many. And another interesting thing that we should mark that not always the male gods are important. There are female gods also, many in the entire corpus of the Vedic mantras. So there are Rishis and Rishikas. Not only the male Rishis like Atri or Vasishtha or Vishwamitra, there are also many Rishikas who are responsible for get the revelation of the mantras. So she is interested in attending to the people, to their problems, and she is nearer to all people. Therefore, she is a duty doctor. And there is a lot of functional difference between Goddess Lalita and Durga that will be revealed when you refer to the respective stotras. For example, I can just tell, Durga Parameswari is described as Sudra Architaye Namo Namaha. So she is one available for Sudra, means all people, not necessarily Brahmins or specified people. So whoever devoted to her, whatever be their class, color, creed, country, she is ready to oblige them. And another one is that she is not particular about a specific amount of specific things, because she is a goddess who is tenable for the Sudras. In Durga Sahasranama, we have got a name, the Dushta Mamsa Bhatchini. You see, Atavikas, the hunters, the foresters, how can they just kill an animal for their sake and offer the same to goddess? And that you can see still some practice in Nepal, in the Durga temple there, and in Manakamana temple in Nepal, Kathmandu, you can see that goddess is quite. So all that is being convenient for the people at large. So that Durga has been eulogized in Rigveda, and more so, we have this Durga Suktam, which we are going to learn, understand, and all that is originally found in the Rigveda, in number of suktas. I just noted here. 99 sukta and of the Rigveda, first mandala of the Rigveda, and elsewhere also. But this Durga Sukta, which you find in the Mahanarayana Upanishad, Taittiriya Aranyaka, is a collection and connection given to different lines found in the Rig Veda, and we have got one unit being formed for convenience and for upasana. And Durga Upasana is also like Sri Vidya Upasana. Mahalakshmi, Sri Suktam, Durga Suktam, Saraswati Suktam, Devi Suktam, like that we have got these hymns, and all are connected to Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya is Brahma Vidya. So whenever we recite any one of these or any of these, then we are all the devotees of the Sri Vidya, which is a moksha karaka, which will make us eligible to get emancipation, meaning birthlessness. Therefore, for the present, we have got this Durga Suktam, all important lines put together, selected from the Rig Veda mantras, and very convenient for us to read. And this Durga Sukta is having only 8 mantras, actually 7 plus 1. 7 mantras, or 7 is a very important number for all these Devi Suktas, or Devi, so Devis, and plus 1 will be the Gayatri. They will be in different meter. So when we take that last Gayatri mantra, Durga Gayatri also into consideration, it will be 8 mantras. So 8 is very important number. In the numerology also, 7 and 8 have got great spiritual significance apart from mundane prosperity and luck and fortune fetching and all that. So this Durga Suktam happens to be in the Mahanarayana Upanishad, a portion of that, because we have already done some sample from Mahanarayana Upanishad. For example, this Narayana Atharvashirsha Upanishad we have done is from Mahanarayana Upanishad only. So that is a wonderful Upanishad which is useful for contemporary purposes and achievement and protection. And one more thing is that Durga Parameswari is capable of removing all kinds of obstacles. She is a great shock absorber. And whatever shocks or difficulties, calamities, whatever be the intensity of them, she will definitely see that is silenced. Therefore, people perform Durga Homam. Now Navaratri is peeping. And in this Navaratri, 9 days, 9 nights, Durga Parameswari in different, Lalita Parameswari or Adishakti Swarupani in different forms. But especially we have got the 8th day as Durga Ashtami, because Ashtami is a very significant time. How do you know it? For example, look at the Lalita Sahasranam, Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja Dalikastha Subhitaya Namo Namaha. That is, whether it is a waxing period or a waning period of moon, on Ashtami day, moon will be the same. You cannot see any kind of losing digit or gaining digit, but what digit he has at that in all Ashtami, both Ashtamis, whether it's a new Ashtami or new moon Ashtami, or that's why she preferred changelessness. She preferred to signify constant grace to flow upon her devotees. Therefore, she has crescent that Ashtami Chandra, dichotomized moon, as her crest ornament. Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja Dalikasthala Shobha. Sobhitaye Namo Namah. Shobha is beauty, splendor, and all that is there. So, Durga Parameswari has taken the day on the Navaratris, the 8th day, Ashtami, and she will remove all that. And next day, Navaratri, that you got Maharnavami, where Ayudha Puja takes place. Because all these gods have got weapons to protect land and people and gods and all things. Therefore, the weapons are also divine. Therefore, we have to make the worship to the weapons used by the Parameswara, and so we do that weapons. And when you talk about the Saraswati, Veena Pani, so all the musical instruments, all the war implements, all the everything is worshipped on Maharnavami day, and next day is Vijayadashmi, Victory Day, and you will just go out and have great ride and all that. In India, we have the pleasure of earlier, when we were young people, all vehicles were free, decorated. Number of children and people used to sit on the lorry and have Jambu Savari. So Jambu actually means elephant. So in Mysore, that Dasara and all that. So the Navaratri is a great day to celebrate the greatness and invoke the blessings of Parameswari. And at that, and because we are going to ensue that kind of jubilee and celebrations, now I think we should start with Durga Suktam and try to understand unit by unit, because there is the intervention of three gods. Agni is there, then we have got Vishnu is there, and then I'll just point out to you how, because no single god is always powerful, but he will take the cooperation, coordination of XYZ, other gods, and see that it's a teamwork, so that they will get the project of protecting, annihilating, etc. the world. And so here also Durga Parameswari begin with Agni. And even in Lakshmi, even the Sri Suktam, Agni, Chata Vedo Yuhavaha. So we ask Agni to bring goddesses to our yard, to our place. And when Agni goes and says, so and so is our friend, because he's a Gruhapati. Agni is Gruhapati. And so whoever has got Gruha, or otherwise called as Gruhasthas. So the Gruhasthas must be, their word should be, because this Agni who is worshipped by Gruhasthas is not ordinary Agni, we say it is a divine Agni Hotra. That is a Pujarha Agni. So that Pujarha Agni will definitely act quickly. And Agni himself is a big subject in the Vedas. So now to begin, what Durga Sukta we are studying is going to be one important line culled out from Rigveda, first mandala, mantras. And we can go back to the origin also and try to talk about it. But for our present quick worship and understanding and getting the grace of Goddess Durga, we just go with this Durga Suktam. I request the Satyavani to recite on all your behalf once. It will be a part of Upadesha, initiation into Durga Shakti, Durga Shakti Aradhana, because Amma wants somebody to instruct it, and then she becomes more happy. Not that one cannot directly read. By just directly reading, we don't get the real input. To have the good input from that, it is mandatory for us to get it done from a guru. And because guru also joins in intensifying the power of the mantra and also activating the powers of the deity under context. So we'll start that Durga Suktama. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Mama Upatta Samasta Durita Kshayadvara Sri Durga Parameswari Prityartham.
Shri Durga Parameswari Prityartham.
Durga Sukta Parayana Adhyayanam Chakarishyamaha. Om Dum Durga Yai Namaha.
Om Dum Durga Ye Namaha.
Jata Vedase Sunavama Somam arati yato
arati yato
nidahati vedaha
nidahati vedaha
sanah parshadati
sanah parshadati
durgani vishva
durgani vishva
nave vasindhum
nave vasindhum
duritatyagnihi.
duritatyagnihi.
So this is one unit making prayer to Agni, and Agni here is called as Jata Veda. We have already explained what is Jata Veda is. Jatam Jatam Yaha Veda Sa Jata Veda. He knows every and any creature that is coming into this world. Without his knowledge, no creature can come, can exist, and can exit. Therefore, he knows everything. That's one meaning. And there are other meanings also given. And another meaning, for example, they say the Vedic knowledge, because Gnana Shakti and Icha Shakti, Karma Shakti, and Kriya Shakti, all that is there in Agni Deva. So all the knowledge has come down to people because of Agni. So Agni is Brahma. Agnir Brahma, we call him. Therefore, in order to please him, what we want to do is Somam Sunavama. Somam means Somarasa. That's a highly powerful elixir. Now it is not available, but it was plentifully available during the Vedic times. It was only the leaf, Somavalli, and they used to collect leaf and then make press and prepare Somarasam. And not to prepare that Soma juice, they used to add milk and many more things, make it very, very interesting and exhilarating. People loved it. And so Soma, every god loves it. And those people who perform that kind of yaga, called Soma Yaga, they all became famous as Somayajins. So Somayajins are those who have performed. We don't perform, but anybody in the lineage had done the Somayaga, we get the credit. Therefore, there are Somayajis. They never perform Somayaga, they don't know about it. But anyway, so who is this Aratiyato Nidahati Vedaha? See, Aratiyata means those people who try to trouble you, who give you troubles, who try to give you negativity, and they are all enemies. Evil people, all kinds of evil people are being burned down. Nidahati is a very powerful word. That means nothing remains afterwards, burn into ashes. So, Nidahati Vedaha. And now we make a request that, what does he do? Saha Naha Vishwa Durgani Parshadati. So he will make us to cross over Vishwa Durga. Durga means Dukkhena Gantum Yogyam. Dukkha Pradani. Those calamities which will make you unhappy, which will deter your prosperity, which will rob your happiness, which will not allow you to go forward. All that comes under Durga Shabda. So Durgani is normally people won't have 1, 2, 3. Oh, plenty of things will be there. And they are also periodical. Not only while young, at every stage of life, people have got to face all kinds of hurdles. And one by one, we have to cross over and see that the set goals are achieved. So everybody's experience it is that Durga is a common hurdle that is to be faced by all people. So here the word Vishwa means no particular direction, no particular item, but all kinds of psychological, physiological, etc. So because man is a composite personality, man is an ocean, he has so many things, and man to man, there is a lot of differences. Man, that's why people say man is style. Style is man. Therefore, Here, the poet says Vishwa Durgani, to have universal application. So, and that's a Sindhu. All hurdles appear like the river or ocean. Unless you cross, you cannot go to the other shore. Unless you go to other shore, you cannot proceed and be further progressing. Therefore, like Nava or navigator, navigation is necessary, like the boatman who tries to make you cross over the river. So river is the difficulties, flow. That's why Janana Marana Pravaha Rupam Samsara Nirjharim Tartum Samsara Samudram Tartum. So it's a flow constantly. Janana Marana Pravaham. There is birth, death, and all that. In between, we are. So, all these things. And moreover, Durita Cheknihi. Just now we said Durita Chayadvara. We always have got a target to get reduced of our behavioral complications. We may think that we acted well, we are right, we are punyavans. No, there is always a judge who can know. See, in cricket matches going on, the umpire knows. All people think out, they shout. But umpire must say out. Then only the fellow will be out. Otherwise, if he is silent, the fellow will continue that. That's why there is a supervisory eye, which is very meticulous. So that kind of meticulous judgment is there with Agni. So we request him to Sindhum Agnihi Naveva Parshadi. Sahanaha is important because who is that Agni? He is very much pleased. How is he pleased? Because you have offered him Soma. You have offered him the best liked drink. And in fact, in Rigveda, we come across that Indra drank lakes of Somarasa, highly exhilarating, and fought with Rudrasura and killed him. Therefore, what was the secret of Indra fighting so terribly, vigorously? Somarasa. So that's what otherwise called also Varuni. When the gods and demons shared the ocean, that all of you know the story, we don't want to elaborate, some other occasion. Then among so many things came up, even the Varuni came up. Then Varuni is the wine, and what did Varuni? Rakshasas refused to accept that. They don't want Varuni. Then God said, yes, we want Varuni. So they drank so much of Varuni and so much of wine, drink and all that. They became stronger. Those who are thus intoxicated by the drink, they get extraordinary power and they get extraordinary jobs also done. So they were the gods out dethroned, driven away the Rakshasas. And again, they were and so like that, the Varuni or that Somarasa is like that, and Agni got a good share of that. So Sanaha, and he says that Agni who has been appeased like that by the offering, please make us cross over the. So first Agni is Durga. Durga is Agni. I told you no differentiation at all. Whatever Agni does, Durga accepts it. Amma accepts it. Whatever Amma does, Agni has a signature for that. So it's a combined act because Agni is the energy. Agni is the force. Agni is the spot action. So, and next to us we are having reference to Durga. Actually, the mantras, there are 8 mantras, only 3 mantras for Durgamma and only 5 mantras for Agni. That is the beauty of this particular sukta. And no other sukta has got this kind of combination and given more preference for Agni, because Agni they take as a representative. Everywhere she cannot go, she can depute. Something like Rama, Anjaneya went to Lanka, like the arrow of the Ramabana, and he acted what Ramabana would do, a drastic thing, while burning the Lanka, that Hanuman did it. And so Rama Shakti went with Hanuman. Therefore, that Shakti acted there, though Rama was with Sugriva talking in a friendly manner. So that is the thing. So here that Agni also is so powerful. Now let's recite the second one. Tam Agni Varnam Tapasa
Agnivarnam tapasam
Jwalantim Vairochanim
Valantim Vairochanim
Karma Phaleshu Jushtam
Karma Paleshu Jushtam
Durgam Devi Gum
Durgam Devi Ghum
Sharanamaham Prapadye
Sharanamaham Prapadye
Sutarasi Tarase Namaha.
Sutarasi Tarase Namaha.
This is the Durga mantra. Next mantra again we go to Agni. So we alternate. See that Agni and Durga is not much contrasted. They are taken as identical powers. That is the advantage of this sukta. So here, who is this Agni? I mean, Durga Parameswari, Agni Varna. She has the complexion that of the fire, red. That's why you see like Parameswari with a red saree, red. So whatever Agni Varna is there, and all that Agni Varna complexion is there in that. So Durgama is Sudra Archita, is general goddess. So people have a lot of options to decorate her, to embellish her, and so on. She doesn't mind. Whatever way the people embellish her, she's ready. Because basically, tapasa jwalanti, she's so bright and brilliant and burning with all that power. Tapas is the power. And she is Vairochani. Virochana means Surya Bhagavan. So whatever Surya Kanti, Surya power is there, heat is there, all that is there in her. So that's why in Lalita Sahasranamam, first chapter, it has been indicated to us, Surya Bimbe Pasye Srimad Durga Ambika. If you want to visualize Durga, see her in Surya Bimba. If you want to visualize Lalita, Chandra Bimba. So Purna Chandra, Lalita Parameswari. And both are necessary because Chandra and Surya, they are both necessary for everything in the universe. Therefore, that is to say, in other words, they share their positions and energies. Because Lalita is quite gracious, beautiful. That's why we have got Saundarya Lahari talking about exquisite beauty of Parameswari, where she has done all the activity that of Durga or anybody and happily reclining. In other words, we call it Shanta Durga. When once every work is done, relaxing. We have one Shanta Durga temple in Goa, so beautiful. And she stretches her legs, keeps her two hands upon two pillow sides and reclines and leans upon again another pillow. So beautiful. That is the Shanta. She has done wonderful work. Anybody should have that kind of restful time. One cannot completely be working and there won't be any kind of good output if people work like that. And moreover, what is she interested in? Karma phaleshu dushtam. Karma is ours, phala is Durga's. Divinities, the divine gods will take care of assigning phala to you, but you must do your work. That's exactly the thesis of Krishna in the entire Bhagavad Gita. In first chapter, when Arjuna cried Vishada Yoga, then in next chapter he started scolding and then infusing in him that karma gnana important. And you only do the karma. The phala, I take care of it. Therefore, Durga Parameswari and Krishna not different. They are same. That's why Krishna Sabda is even offered to Durga and Krishna is called Draupadi. Draupadi also is a Grama Devata. She is also Agni Sambhava. So because of Draupadi only Mahabharata war took place. Otherwise all people wanted to rest. Nobody wants to fight war. So she was the driving force, engineering force for the entire Mahabharata war to happen and Dharma be established. So she loves, Jushtam means she loves to grant, to grace the respective fruits of the actions. So action is ours, fruits are divine. And Durgam Devim Aham Sharanam Prapadye, because she is interested to grant us that, what do we do? Sharanam Prapadye. I have to surrender all our indriyas, all our panchendriyas and all that before the feet of Goddess Durga. Amma, and nothing is mine, everything is yours. That's why, that's exactly what we call a Saranagati. So when once you make Saranu as your goal, then they will take hold of you. If you still hold on to something materially, they will not do it. So you should always have that Saranam. Prapadye Namaskara. Pada Namaskara. Sashtanga Namaskara. When you do Sashtanga Namaskara, you own nothing in you. Everything. That's manas. What is Sarasa? Purasa, Sirasa, Drushtya, Manasa, Vachasa, Tatha. Padbhyam, Karabhyam, Pranamaha, Sashtanga Muchyate. So that's what is called Saranagati and Prapadye. Why? Another compliment for her is Tarase Namaha. She is Tarasa. Tarasa means expert in trying to help us to cross over any kind of hurdles. Any kind of Dukkha Samudra is there, she will just lend our hand. That's what is called Karavalambanam. We have got Lakshmi Nrsimha Karavalambanam Stotram, which Shankara has done it. So he has to stretch the hand support. And Durga Paramaham, Lakshmi Nrsimha Swami is also Durga Shakti only. She is also Durga. Nrsimha is a fire, Durga is a fire. That's why Jushtam and Sutarasi, she is very clever. Clever in helping us to cross. So that's why Sutarasukam Tarasi, without giving any trouble, without our knowledge, we will be able to cross over the difficulties. We don't want to know pain. We don't want to know the process, but we want the result. It's just like all the Vanaras enter into Swayamprabha Guha in Ramayana Sundarakanda. They lost their track. They didn't know. Then they accosted with Swayamprabha. They enjoyed good food and relaxation. They don't know how to get out from that. Then the Swayamprabha, she's again under Gandharva Kanyaka. So she said, I will help you because you are all Ramadutas. So all close your eyes. So what is the karma all monkeys did? Anjaneya, including Anjaneya, Jambavan and all that. All of them closed. In no time, they were on the shore of a Samudra, where from Hanuman started his journey. So Sutarasi means they did not know how they all reached the seashore. And let us say that is Durga Parameswari. Swayamprabha, these are all people, divine people. They help you, but you cannot know the process of helping. You get help. And therefore, here Sutarasi, Tarase Namaha. We cannot spend more time on these words because we let us understand the superficial meaning of that. Otherwise, it takes days for us to explain these things. Satyavani has given us only limited time. Within that, we should cover the entire Durga Shakti, Durga Tattva. Now again we go to Agni. Agne Tvam Paraya.
Agne Tvam Paraya.
Navyo Asman Swastibhihi.
Navyo Asman Swastibhihi.
Ati Durgani Vishwa.
Ati Durgani Vishwaha.
Puscha Prithvi.
Puscha Prithvi.
Bahula na Urvi.
Bahulana Urvi.
Bhavatoka Yatanayaya.
भवातोकायतनयाय
विषय्योः
शय्योः
विश्वानिनो दुर्गः
विश्वानिनो दुर्गः
जातवेदः
जातवेदः
सिन्धुं ननावा
सिन्धुं ननावा
दुरितातिपर्षि
दुरिताधिपर्षि
अग्ने अत्रिवन्
अग्ने अत्रिवन्
मनसा गृणानो
मनसा गृणानो
अस्माकं बोधि
अस्माकं बोधि
अवितातनूनाम्
अवितातनूनाम्
पृतनाजितगुम्
पृतनाजितगुम्
सहमानमुग्रमग्निगुम्
सहमानमिहुम् अग्निहुम्
हुवेम
अहुवेम
परमात्सधस्थातु
परमात् सदस्तातु
स नः पर्षदति
स नः पर्षदति
दुर्गाणि विश्वा
दुर्गाणि विश्वा
क्षामद्देवो
क्षामद्देवो
अतिदुरितात्यग्निः
अतिदुरितात्यग्निः
रत्नोषिकमीड्यो
रत्नोषिकमीढ्यो
अध्वरेषु
अध्वरेषु
सनाच्च होता
सनाश्च होता
नव्यश्च सत्सि
नव्यश्च सत्सि
स्वाञ्चाग्ने
स्वाञ्चाग्ने
तनुवं विप्रयस्व
अनुवं पिप्रयस्व
अस्मभ्यं च
अस्मभ्यं च
सौभगमायजस्व
सौभगमायजस्वाहा
गोभिर्जुष्ट
गोभिर्जुष्ट
मयुजोनिषिक्तम्
मयुजो निषिक्तम्
तवेन्द्रविष्णो
तवेन्द्रविष्णो
अनुसञ्चरेम
अनुसञ्चरेम
नाकस्य पृष्ठम्
नाकस्य पृष्ठम्
अभिसंवसानो
अभिसंवसानो
वैष्णवीम्
वैष्णवीं
लोक
लोक
इह मादयन्ताम्.
इह मादयन्ताम्.
This is all about Agni. I told that there are 5 mantras and Durga is Durga and Agni, not much difference is made. So finally we have the Durga Gayatri mantra. And that is the 8th mantra. Okay. Otherwise it is 7 mantras. So the 8th mantra is Amma, Durga Parameswari, and special names are given to her. Please recite Om Katyayanaaya Vidmahe.
Om Katyayanaaya Vidmahe.
Kanyakumari Dhimahi.
Kanyakumari Dhimahi.
Tanno Durgihi.
Tanno Durgihi.
Prachodayatu.
Prachodayatu.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
So it's so convenient for us. Doesn't require much of our time, but it gives you immense result. And we will be getting rid of so many unsolved problems. And we get a lot of solutions. because Durga is the solution maker to all gods. And for example, if I want to say, suddenly sometime there was a quarrel between Vishnu and Shiva. The arguments and quarrel and fight, it was not ending. In our Puranas, there is an episode. Who will end them? And it is a drastic devastation for the world, for Panchabhutas and all that. At that time, Parvati, she became a Durga, and she resolved the problems of Durga, Shiva and Parvati, Shiva and Vishnu. She sorted out, and both of them agreed because of the intervention of Durga Parameswari. And at that time, that Durga became so much very happy when these two people, one is a brother, another is a husband, brother-in-law. So Vishnu is brother and Shiva is husband. So between the brother and husband, there was that kind of thing. It's a family matter also. But in family matters, the home department head must interfere. And the moment that is what is Shakti. If that Shakti is silent, the quarrel will continue between two men. So after these two people became understanding and became friends, then she declared herself as Shanta Durga. And when she won the battle with Mahishasura, she became a Jaya Durga. So that Durga is the basic name, and because of her various kinds and exploits, she gets the designations. So Shanta Durga is really powerful because she will provide Shanti. That's what we say, Durgihi Prachodayat. Here she has been christened as a Durgi. That is, she is resident among all kinds of hard problems. So when she is a president of all problems, she is a caretaker. And see that those things will not bother her devotees who have taken Saranam. So Saranam Prapadje, the second mantra itself is that Saranam Prapadje, I am taking shelter in her because she is a Vairochani. Not simply Vairochani, but she is everybody's goddess. Karma Phaleshu Jushtam, because she is attached to all the karmas that people are doing. And moreover, she takes the name as Sutarasi, as the best person who can convey us to the other shore of and difficulties we cross over. And she has got a high experience in that. Durga Yai Namaha, Durga Para Yai Namaha. So Durga Para she is called as. That is, I wish Satyavani will give me an opportunity to make a contrast of the powers and functions of Goddess Durga and Lalita. I have given such a lecture in the Indianapolis Hindu temple for 2 hours. Okay. Giving a distinction between Goddess Durga and Goddess Lalita. Though the energies are only same, but functional differences are there. And when there are functional differences, there will be their inner powers, the inertia, what we call, that will be understandable for people. And people can choose depending upon the kind of attacks and difficulties that people are going through. So Durga and Lalita, they have different. Lalita is always inside the beautiful air-conditioned chambers. But Durga, she will be on the work spot. She's a work inspector. So there's a lot of contrast. And of course, each one is a deputy of the other. Anyway, so now we are coming to understand the prayer for Agni. Because we are asking, Navyaha Agni Tvam Paraya Asman. Oh Agni, you are always fresh. Because Nutane Bhi, Agni is one who is always praised by the earlier saints and philosophers and bhaktas, contemporary and also future. So he is a universal God, not bound by the time. Therefore, he is called Navyaha. And Tvam Paraya Asman. What? Swasti Vihi Vishwa Durgani Atiparaya, you please make us to cross over easily. And after crossing also, what you want? Swasti. You must be happy, healthy, ready to work. If you travel 10 hours, you should not simply relax in the house only for the whole day. You should go to office and work. So when you go to the office after good travel, then it is a swasti for us. Not relaxing or retiring. That's why swasti bhihi is a plural one. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. Many swastis. So all kinds of swasti that will be sukham asti is swasti. Sutaram asti is swasti. Sushtu asti is swasti. Like that it is derived. The word swasti. So Durgani Viswa and Prithvi Puhu and Urvi Bahula, the earth on which we are all living, and even Agni is also a terrestrial god. Agni on ground, Vayu in the mid-air, Surya in the heaven. Therefore, they are called Veda Trimurtis. They govern these three lokas. So all these three must simultaneously, restless, should be working so that the jivas who come on the earth or in the sky or elsewhere are protected. Therefore, this is the secret. So Agni is a terrestrial god. Agni is Rudra. You should remember Rudra. Rudra is Pradhamo Daivyo Vishako. He is the erstwhile duty doctor. Therefore, Agni is also doctor. Because, the Agni, that laser treatment, what we call, is Agni Chikitsa. It burns the unwanted part of the body inside skillfully by the surgeon. And the fellow becomes all right. So that's what is a laser. So that Agni, Shikha, Prithvi, Puscha, and Urvi, Bahula, very, very wide. And therefore, O Agni, you belong to the Bhuloka. What did you do? Tanaya Tokaya Tanayaya Seyo. Please bestow Shanti. Seyo means Shanti. Sham means Shanti. Shem Agni Ragni Viskaras Channastapadu Surya is a Rigveda mantra. Sham begins from Agni. Sham Agni Ragni Sham Agni Ragni Bhi Channastapadu Surya. So all the three Vedic trinities must work to give you happiness. If there is no wind, we are disturbed. If there is no sunshine, we are disturbed. If there is no heat energy, we are disturbed. Therefore, here, Tokaya, Toka and Tanaya. Tanaya is our children. Toka is our relations. So, man-to-man relationship is there. That's why our man is gregarious. If your neighbor is happy, you can sleep well. If your neighbor is simply troubling or not healthy, you have to take him to the hospital or give him some treatment. Therefore, you have to make prayer for Toka and Tanaya. Say Yoho. And not only that, Durgaha Vishwaninaha Jata Vedaha. See, Agni is such a powerful hero that there is nothing difficulty at all for him. He can burn any and everybody, any and everywhere. That we see in Lanka Dahana episode of Sundarakanda. All beautiful palatial buildings of all the Rakshasas, excluding Vibhishana. Vibhishana's palace was not touched. All others' palaces were burnt. Therefore, Durgaha and again the same idea that has been mentioned earlier. What is the best quality of all the functions? The best quality is Sindhum Ati Parshati Nava Iva. See, Duritas are there. We commit knowingly, unknowingly. Sins. The public sins are there. Private sins are there. Psychological sins are there. Well, biological sins are there. Oh God, we don't know the kinds of sins. Sin itself is a big subject for all our rishis. Fortunately, I have done an article on the sin and virtue in the Rigveda, sin and virtue in the Atharvaveda. They are published in the Baroda University Journal.
Okay.
Long back. I had some kind of madness to investigate all these things. So I just worked out on sin and virtue. And again, I have another idea. We have to also consider the problems of God and solutions for their problems. And also the solution makers. The solution maker is Indra, solution maker is Vishnu. So I just want to hold a talk on the problems of God. Yeah, we not only we have problems, even gods have problems, but we are conscious of our problems. We never bother about their problems. That is what they bother about. What are these people? They don't bother about us. Therefore, we have to bother about them also. And see, that's why many of the prayers in our Veda and elsewhere that we make prayer, Tanno Vishnu Balam Pravardhatam. May the strength of Balam, the strength of Vishnu enhance, so that with enhanced power, he will protect us. Our puja is the only medium through which they get power. So, Durgaha. And again, next mantra, we take the example of Atri Maharshi. See, Atrivan Manasa Grunano Asmakam Avita Bodhi Tanuna. Ours is Tanu. Tanu means body. Body is prone for birth, prone for change, prone for growth, and prone for annihilation. That's why we call our body, Sarira, as Tanu. So, all those people who have taken the body, what they want, they have got to be protected, just like Atri Maharshi. See, people may remember, recite the stotras of Durga or not. Mentally, they are with Durga Parameswari. Atri Maharshi is supposed to be a great Devi Upasaka. Therefore, Atri one, like Atri Maharshi, Manasa Grunanaha. Not necessarily recite loudly with loudspeaker or anything like that, but you keep on remembering Durga, 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 and so on. She is constantly breathing with you. Our body is a seat for all gods. So in Mahanyasam, we make a request. Sarveshvangeshu sarva devataha yatha sthanam tishtantu. Let all gods in their respective places be seated and help me to proceed with the procedure of Abhishekam. And again, Prutana Jitagum Sahamanam Ugram Agnim Agnigum Huvema Paramat Sadhastat. Parama Sadhasta is Yagnavedi. Our altar, fire altar, that is Sadhasta, the place. I told you the Yagnavedi is the dining table. If at all you want to feed gods, we can't make our ordinary table. You have to make that only. There is no, you can't make any styles for the Yagnavedi. And each style, if at all you make, it has got meaning. So that Yagnavedi is Paramastha. That's a puja place, sanctified area. And there we offer you all kinds of oblations. Uvema. And who is that? Why for we offer the oblations? Because Prutana Jitagam. Prutanas are enemies. Not only outside us there are enemies, in us only there are enemies. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. They are Antashatrus. The Antashatrus are more powerful than the Bahishatrus. They may threaten you and go away, but these fellows don't go away. They stay in you and let bother you. So that's why when it is said that Prutana, you have to make all the Prutanas or enemies being removed and they become silent and they become normal. Then for that, we require the blessing and energy from you. Again, same thing comes up. Sana Parishadati Durgani Viswa Shamad Devo. Who is Agni? Shamad Devaha means he is one who reduces the enemies, negativity, evil forces. Always our mind is filled with fears, negativity, and unknown fears bother you more than which are very much not real at all. We always have the unreal fears and bother much. So all that kind of fears in our mind could be quelled down only by Agni. Agni is tapas. Agni is the energy. Agni is the thinking power. Agni is knowledge. That's why Saha Agni Ati Durgani, Vishwa Ati Durgani. Always Vishwa is being employed. Uncomposing, not leaving anything. Completely it should be taken. Something like in Isavas Upanishad, it said, Bhasmantam Sariram Krato Smara. So the Sarira is only going to be reduced into ashes. Ash means nothing. Nothing remains. So then, what is the caution given? Krato Smara. Kratu means wise man. You are a man, but become wise and think that ultimately that is the goal to everybody. Be careful. That's why here, and also next line, Pratno Shikam Idhyaha Advareshu Sanachahota Navyascha Satsi. So you are being respected and you in the all kinds of sacrifices. Without Agni, no sacrifice. Therefore, Advareshu and Idhyaha, you are being praised, you are invited, you are offered food, you are going to all God's houses. So you have got, and such an eminent personality and work you have got. So what are you to do for me? Swam chagni tanuvam viprayasva asmabhyam cha saubhagamaya jasva. I am not going details about that, but I give you the meaning because you should understand. Whenever you think of Durga Parameswari, Agni will say, I am ready, sir. Durga is my goddess. I am her servant. Rather, otherwise also. Durga is my mother. I have to do my work. So here also you see, Tanuvam Piprayasva, Swam Tanum Piprayasva. O Agni Deva, you try to appease your own self. Viprayasva means appeasing. Unless you are happy, you cannot help others. See, if at all anything you are told to give to somebody, what is my share? If you are given one chocolate and give another extra chocolate, you will be able to share that extra chocolate, honoring the request. Only one chocolate given to you, share it means you will never do it. So in that manner also here, see, our rishis are very clever. They know the weakness of the gods, how to catch them, make them pleased. And that's why in Agnihotra, there is a mantra, Apyayamanaha, Apyayamana Swaha. You are one who could be pleased. So with this offering, I am pleasing you. Being pleased, you make us also pleased. This is a beautiful formula. That's why Tanuvam Piprayasva and Saubhagamaya Jasva. So Saubhagam. Saubhaga is Aishwarya. Saubhaga means Sukha Aishwarya. Whatever salary you get, it must be comfortable for you. It should not become nuisance to you. That's why in Microsoft buildings in Seattle, we see the board displayed, don't waste money. All Microsoft employees are getting plenty of money because they have no way out to spend because they are given all facilities. They did not pay for food, they did not pay for play, they did not play. I think so. So, where is the scope for you to spend your good money? So that's why when I went there, I read the board, I was stunned. Nobody would have noticed it. So, don't waste money. Nowhere people write like that. So if you go to bank, draw money as much as possible. You become pauper. Something like in Austin, I saw in the road, drink, drive and go to jail. That is the kind of board they display in the main roads in America. India, don't drink, don't drive. So much they stop at it. Anyway, so here, and what is that? Go abhir just saubhagam. So give us the saubhagya, because it is said that Sriyam Ichet Havyavahanat. If you want wealth, appease Agni Deva. So that's what is called Saubhagam. And go virjushtamayujo nishiktam tava Indra Vishnu anusancharema. So here there is one more god, as I mentioned in the beginning, that Indra Vishnu. Indra is the king of all gods. Vishnu is the supporter and promoter of Indra. Therefore, Agni, when you recite this particular sukta, Agni, Durga, Shakti, Indra, Vishnu are brought into picture. So they have the share to take care of you and see that all your extra difficulties are being driven away. What more we want? That's why this is the shortest, safest, most powerful mantra for Upasana, and it is Sri Vidyopasana. And when you do this repeatedly, whatever be the hurdle, whatever be the intensity of the problem, that would just get disappeared. There are so many instances. We have seen some friends by making Durga Upasana, they got relieved of their hurdles and problems. Therefore, so Anusancharema, we follow up. So Indra, Vishnu, we want to follow. What for? Gobhihi, Ayujo, just Gobi is also knowledge. See, we must become Gnanins because we have got Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaivika. These three things are there for human beings. We have to cater material things. We have to cater the surrounding situations. That's what we call the ethics for our thing, ethical generality. Even the surroundings also we should take care, and again divine. So Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika and Adi Daivika. These are the Tapatrayas they call it. So all those things have got to be taken care. That's why Gobhihi Jushtam. So Go means knowledge. Vedas, Vedic knowledge. So Adhyatma Vidya. Krishna says in Gita, what is best one? Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. And Vedanam Samavedosmi. Like that, he just tells his priority. Like that here also, Gobhir Jushtam Anusancharema. So Anusanchara means Anusarana. Then finally, what is that you expect it? Because of Durga Upasana, she will elevate you, take up to the Vaishnava Loka. Nakasya Prishtham Abhisambasanaha Vaishnavim Lokaha Ihamadayantam. Iha, in this earth. You please bring that Vaishnavi Loka, Vishnu Sambandha Loka. So make that particular Vaishnava Loka or Vaikuntha. That's why we say Kali Yuga Vaikuntham is Tirupati. People who go to Balaji Darshan, they have put at the entrance itself Vaikuntha Dwaram. When you go for darshan for long hours, sometimes you have to wait. Then it is when you want to go to Vaikuntham, you have to wait for 7 hours, 8 hours, you don't know, depends upon. That's why Iha on this earth, Sambasanaha Madayantam. It's a place given, it's a compliment and request given to the gods that make us rejoice. Madana is Santosha. Moda is the verb. Moda, Pramoda, and Amoda, Pramoda, when it comes to the experience as a verbal form, it is called Madana. Mm-hmm. So Madayanta means let us rejoice here. So then, if you forget all these 7 mantras, and if you want quick to catch the bus, take this guy, Durga Gayatri, she will be taking care of all the other things, because gods are Sulabha and Durga. So Durgaha. So Sulabhas. That's why they are always Leela Kalpita Brahmanda Mandala, and also they are supposed to be very quick in also blessing you. Sajja Prasadini. So this is Durga Gayatri. Just if we recite this Durga Gayatri, we'll be well. And now please recite, Amma. We'll just concluding. Om Katyayanaya Vidmahe.
Om Katyayanaya Vidmahe.
Kanyakumari Dhimahi.
Kanyakumari Dhimahi.
Anno Durgihi Prachodayatu.
Anno Durgi Prachodayatu.
Here we have got 3 important verbs. Mm-hmm. One, Vidmahe. to Dhimahi, Tri Prachodayat. That is Vidmahe. You should know who is that God. You should have an acquaintance and you should have just general knowing. And secondly, when once you know her or know him, you have to have meditation upon the forum. What is the forum for you to meditate in your mind of that energy? And then what should that energy ultimately guide do for you? That's why it is called prachodana. Prachodana is impulsion. The prachodayat is the verb which is used only once in the entire Veda. And that verb is used only in the Gayatri Mantra 362.10. In fact, if opportunity Satyavani gives, I will talk for 1 hour upon Gayatri Mantra itself. Because I worked out a paper on Gayatri published in the Samvit, a journal from Delhi, and a full paper. We have published it already a number of times. But I tried to trace the Gayatri Mantra right from Rigveda down the present contemporary times.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So it was a 20 pages article published, printed. And well, that was all done long back. 3 names. Durga is called Katyayani, she is called Kanyakumari, and she is finally called as Durga. These 3 words deserve a lot of explanation. So Katyayana Maharshi, she took the pride of being the daughter of Katyayana Maharshi. So she gets the name of her, that great Rishi who is a great devotee, and something like Ganga being considered as the daughter of Janhu Maharshi. So Ganga is called as Janhavi. Only when that designation was accepted by Bhagiratha, Janhu Maharshi never let it go. He arrested the entire Ganga Pravaha because she wanted to wash off the Janhu Maharshi's ashrama, as we know the Ganga Avatarana. And she was very, they are generally ladies are proud, right? They want to show their pranks whenever opportunity is there. It's natural for them. That's why men suffer. Anyway, so Ganga wanted to wash off Janhu Maharshi. After all, who is this? Yes, my Pravaha is more powerful than this Janhu power of penance. Let me try. Then Janhu showed that the Apaswins are more powerful than you all gods. So he arrested her. Even Agastya Maharshi also not simple fellow. When the Rakshasa, Hiranyaksha, hid himself inside the water, he just made entire water of the ocean as just to sip in his palm. Chiluki Kuroti. That is, he just held it in his hand and the entire Samudram water became just one sip. That is Maharshis. So between Maharshi, now we are remembering Atri Maharshi, he always remembers Durga. Remember Durga Devi, and then she will do good for us. So here, Kanyakumari, she could not marry Shiva, but she remained virgin. That story you know. We have got Kanyakumari in India. That is the last railway station, and that is the place where 3 oceans meet, and so on. So many, and that there, her nose ring itself was a lodestar or lighthouse for all navigators. Anyway, so that's Durga. She's a guide, Karma Phala. And Durgi means capable of removing, destroying any kind of calamity. That is a problem for us, but there is no problem for her. So what is a problem to us is no problem to her. You can imagine like that. A teacher can solve the algebraic equation easily. The student struggles lot. Sir, I can't do it. So like the Guru to Sishya, Parameshwari is Guru for all of us. Actually, according to her outlook, problems that we come across is no problem at all. But we have got that kind of toughness, and therefore making prostrations to that great goddess Durga, who is the constant energy flowing, who inspires action, who judges the action, who assigns the result or the results for the action, and ultimately who elevates us to the Vaishnava Loka, the Vishnu Loka, which everybody wants to ultimately reach, the Samambhunam. So in short, in 8 mantras, we have got such a gracious information, and every letter is a mantra, every akshara is a mantra, every mantra is a mantra, and the whole sukta itself is a gigantic mantra. So with all prayers to Goddess Durga, whom we worship on the Durgashtami day, I conclude my talk thanking all of you and thanking that Satyavani, who is the cause, Karanam, for all this. Karanam, Karanam, Karta, like that. Because unless some such people come up, the knowledge of the Pandits cannot go to that. Because they may be having good scholars, they may have read well, but there must be some outlet that others can also get the benefit of it. That kind of work that Satyavani is doing. So really God bless her and see her project. She is trying to expand her Smriti net. She said .net. So that .net must be thrown wider so that more and more subjects are brought into the net, and deep scholars who have really ready to share, not hide, must become the patrons for her project. Thank you very much, Amma. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a collective effort. I'm just a speck in that one. I had a few questions in this one. So you said there were 8 mantras. So first beginning with Agni, then the Durga mantra. So you, during the explanation, you saved the 5 Agnis to the last and you explained them later.
So that
over.
I have not pointed out on one more Durga mantra, and there are 3 mantras. Because this last mantra, in between one mantra, Durga is Sabda is there. Right. And for second mantra, these are 3 mantras for Durga. Right. And Durga is a symbolic energy. Mm-hmm. And Durga is the Stri Shakti. Mm-hmm. And therefore, Agni is the propeller. So the propelling force is Agni, and the basic force is Durga, Ammavaru Shakti. I think this is how, because the 3 mantras are there only, I have to count it. Second mantra I didn't point out, but I pointed first and last. And in between there is one mantra where the Durga Sabda comes into picture.
And then everything followed by the Gayatri in the end.
Yeah, Gayatri, because we have Durga Gayatri. Gayatri itself is a shortest meter wherewith the energy, power of the corresponding God can be activated, and they will come and help us. We got Subramanya Gayatri, Durga Gayatri, and Narsimha Gayatri, etc.
Surya Gayatri.
Oh, so many Gayatri.
So one more question. So Gayatri has the 24 syllables, and the previous, the Suttam itself, what meters are they in? Or there are different meters?
There are different Trishtuk meters are there, and only Gayatri, many of them are in Trishtuk meter. Okay. And mostly that Agni is important, and the Rishi is Kashyapa Rishi.
Okay.
And Durga is the Kriya Shakti.
Devata.
And ultimately she is given to Gnana Shakti, Vishnu, and Go Bhirjustam, there she has become. So basically the Kriya, it is a Upasana of the Kriya Shakti. When you make Upasana of Durga, Durga Upasana is Kriya Shakti. Lalita Upasana is Gnana Shakti. And Mahalakshmi is Ichha Shakti.
Okay. And one more last question is, when you were talking about the Yagnas arrangements, you were saying that there is an order in it. I had one question. I don't know whether it is appropriate in this particular section, but it is good to know because we are talking about Yagna, Agni, Yagna. It's in square form. Always wondered it could be in a circular form even. But
I know there are purposes for which, what kind of homa you are doing. So there will be parabola like Yagnavedis are there, square is there, circular Yagnavedis are there.
Mostly we see square.
But general The dining table is only square. It is convenient. And moreover, whatever is offered to the square-shaped Vedi, all offerings remain there only. They will not come out, jump out. That is the greatness, like Samudra water. And so that is one important thing we should notice, that the moment you say Swaha, Naidam, it is there only, consumed by Agni, delivered by Agni. So we have got, that's a separate subject. And which kind of, which shaped Vedi for what god and what kind of Homa, because number of Homas are there. But in general, the Yajna Vedi means the square only. And that's why they are the god is Aditi, Aditena Manyaswa, Anumatena Manyaswa, Saraswatena Manyaswa, and Savita. These are the 4 gods who will be the enclosures protecting the Yajna Vedi, and not any Rakshasas come and interfere, because they are all driven away. And so, but later on, other beings like Rakshasas, they will come for Yajna Bhaga. And whatever is spilled outside the fire, Vedi, that only they share. That's why it is a contention that whatever is slipped out of the Vedi, you should not pick up and once again put into the fire. People do it, they don't know. Suppose when you are doing it, something might spill. The spilled matter should not be taken back and put into the fire. So much of delicacies are there in this system. And my guru, Saji Kashikar, has written Sautakosha, 2 volumes, published by the Pune Vedic Samskrita Mandali. He was editor for that. And there we get all details about the yajnas.
Nice.
Thank you, Ma. Namaste.
Thank you so much. It is such an honor to learn Durga Suktam from you. Wishing everybody happy Navaratri, and please benefit from the beautiful explanation that Prabhakar Garu has taken time to explain in detail. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhakar Garu. Namaste.
Namaste.